Picture this. It's 2 a.m. on a Saturday. A Sev1 outage just triggered, alarms are absolutely blaring, and you're sweating over a 500-page, densely packed vendor PDF manual, just desperately trying to find one specific error code. We've all been there, right? And frankly, it's a nightmare fueled by cold coffee. But what if you had an indispensable thinking partner sitting right beside you? Well, in this explainer, we are diving deep into Google's NotebookLM. We'll see how it's radically transforming from a simple note-taking app into the ultimate hero's tool belt for IT support engineers. It's going to completely change how you absorb and synthesize technical documentation.
Okay, let's map out our exact runbook for this explainer so you know exactly where we're headed. First, we'll look at the ultimate IT research assistant, then adding your technical sources. Third, we'll get into generating an audio overview. After that, automated FAQs and briefing docs, and finally, surviving your on-call shift. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The Ultimate IT Research Assistant. Mastering the Information Deluge.
So, the modern IT landscape is just an absolute deluge of data. And let's be real, the speed of software releases completely outpaces our physical ability to read the documentation. But here is the critical distinction we need to make right out of the gate. NotebookLM is not your standard run-of-the-mill chatbot that blindly searches the open web and, risks making things up. It is a highly specialized, source-grounded reasoning engine. Just take a second to process this staggering number, 500,000. That is the word limit for a single uploaded source document. And the crazy part? You can add up to 50 of these massive sources into a single notebook. That means you can feed it multiple encyclopedic hardware manuals, weeks of Slack troubleshooting threads, endless API references, the whole shebang, and it processes all of it. Because it's a closed system that only reads exactly what you upload, you can query these massive data sets without any fear of AI hallucinations. It's literally like an external hard drive for your brain.
Moving on to Section 2. Adding your technical sources, or as I like to call it, loading the matrix. Let's mentally simulate the user interface here so you know exactly how to operate this tool. The layout is structured brilliantly. Over on the far left, you have your Sources panel. This is where you bring in all your multimodal data. So let's walk through the exact steps of populating it. Say you're building a notebook to master a new observability platform, like Grafana. First, you literally just drag and drop the official vendor manual in as a PDF. Second, you paste in the web URL for the live Grafana API documentation. But here's where it gets incredibly powerful. You can also import a YouTube technical tutorial URL. NotebookLM automatically pulls the text transcript of that public video right into your notebook. You're triangulating your learning across PDFs, websites, and video tutorials all in one centralized place. It's amazing.
Now, the absolute crucial point to remember here is that NotebookLM makes static copies of your files. Every answer is 100% securely grounded and cited. When you upload that documentation, it's not secretly altering your original files in Google Drive, and it's definitely not searching the web for outside opinions. Every single answer it gives you is tethered directly to your verified data. In fact, if it makes a claim, there's a little hyperlink right next to it. You just click it, and it jumps you to the exact sentence in your PDF or transcript.
Section 3. Generating an audio overview. A complete paradigm shift in learning.
So once you've loaded your sources on the left panel, you'll normally interact with them in the middle chat panel. But let's shift gears to the synthesis phase and look at something genuinely mind-blowing. The audio overview is easily one of the most viral and innovative features on this platform. With literally one click, NotebookLM transforms your dry, dense IT documentation into a podcast-style discussion between two AI hosts. They summarize the material, they connect themes, and they even banter back and forth about the technical nuances of your specific uploaded sources. It supports over 50 languages too. And with the groundbreaking interactive mode, you can literally join the conversation. You can actually ask the AI hosts questions in real time. It completely transforms passive reading into active conversational learning.
And the number 3 illustrates exactly why this matters so much for us. Research out of Stanford's Digital Learning Lab shows that audio-based learning helps professionals process information 3 times faster than traditional reading. Just imagine you're performing routine physical maintenance down in a data center, or maybe you're just stuck on your morning commute. You obviously can't read a manual right then, but you can listen to a tailored hands-free audio briefing on the latest Kubernetes deployment procedures. It is an absolute game changer for reclaiming lost time in IT.
All right, Section 4. Automated FAQs and briefing docs, orchestrating your deliverables.
We've talked about bringing in sources on the left and chatting with them in the middle. Now, let's move over to the right side, the Studio panel.
You really want to think of this panel as a factory for orchestrating your professional technical deliverables. It offers these incredible one-click generators. You click a single button, and it instantly transforms hundreds of pages of raw documentation into structured briefing docs, comprehensive study guides, chronological timelines, automated FAQs, or even a table of contents. If you're a senior engineer tasked with distilling a massive new vendor product line for your team, you don't need to spend hours summarizing anymore. Actually, scratch that. You don't even need to spend minutes. You just hit Briefing Doc, and boom, it hands you an executive summary with all the key themes and vital details fully cited.
Just think about this AI synthesis in action for a second. Consider the whole incident-to-knowledge-base pipeline. Right after you resolve a complex issue, you can drop your raw, chaotic incident logs and messy Slack troubleshooting threads straight into NotebookLM. Then you just tell the AI to draft a structured knowledge base article, make sure to ask for symptoms, root cause, and resolution steps. It instantly pipelines all that unstructured chaos into a polished, internal knowledge base briefing doc. It is documentation automation at its absolute finest.
Section 5. Surviving your on-call shift. Let's look at a real-world scenario.
Let's bring this all together now. Imagine you're a senior engineer gearing up for a really stressful weekend on-call shift. You know you're going to be managing complex Grafana deployments. How do you actually use this hero's tool belt to prepare? Well, here are the exact steps for your workflow. First, you create a dedicated learning container notebook. Second, you upload the official Grafana documentation URLs, PDFs of API references, and, this is absolutely critical, past Sev1 incident logs. Third, before the shift even starts, you go over to the Studio panel and generate a briefing doc to map out the system architecture and just sort of refresh your memory. Fourth, when an alert finally does fire, use the chat panel to query the AI like it's your own hyper-specific, localized search engine.
So imagine that 2 a.m. alarm actually goes off during a live deployment. Instead of frantically mashing Command F to search a massive PDF, you just type this exact, nuanced prompt into the chat panel. Based on my sources, what are the 3 most common error codes during initial deployment, and what are the recommended remediation steps? Within seconds, the AI synthesizes your manuals and past incident logs to give you a prioritized triage list. It tells you exactly what to look for and exactly how to fix it, instantly.
And this leads us to our most critical takeaway. It cites its sources. That means no hallucinations during a Sev1 outage. When you're stressed and the clock is ticking, you need absolute trust in your tools. NotebookLM gives you that confidence because every single technical claim, every remediation step it suggests is hyperlinked directly back to your trusted vendor manual or your own internal logs. It doesn't guess, it verifies.
And honestly, that is exactly why NotebookLM is so much more than just a note-taking app. It represents a fundamental shift in how we manage technical intelligence. By combining multimodal sources, interactive audio, and rapid document generation, you're not just blindly searching for information anymore. You are synthesizing expertise. So, the system is loaded and your personal study guide is ready. The only question left is, what complex system will you master next?